Satsangatve nissangatvam, nissangatve nirmohatvam, nirmohatve nichalatatvam, nichalatatve jivanmuktihi, punarapi jananam, punarapi marana, punarapi janani jatare shayanam. इह संसारे बहुदुस्तारे कृपया पारे पाहि मुरारे।
सदाशिवसमारम्भाम् शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्ताम् वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। नारायणः परो व्यक्तादण्डमव्यक्तसम्भवम् अण्डस्यान्तस्य मे लोका सप्तद्वीपा च मे गिले। So we'll say the first sloka of this chapter also. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha idam shariram kaunteya kshetramithyavidiyate etadyo veti tam prahu kshetrajna iti tam vidaha. So we had seen the first sloka, the meaning also we have seen. Idam shariram, this body is called kshetram, and the one who is aware of the body, who is distinct from the body, is called kshetrajna. So in the next sloka, further information is given about the kshetrajna and the kshetram. Emam kshetra kshetrajnau uktau kim etavan matrena jnanena jnatavyau iti na iti uchate. Evam kshetra kshetrajnau uktau. A brief kind of definition has been given about the kshetram and the kshetrajna. But is it all that can be stated or can be known about these two entities? There is a question raised, and the answer is definitely no. There is much more to be known about these two entities, kshetram and kshetrajna. Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata kshetra kshetrajnayor jnanam yatta jnanam matam mama. Bhagavan says, kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi. In the earlier sloka, he had said that the one who is aware of the kshetram is the kshetrajna, and now he is saying that you have to know that this kshetrajna is none other than me, that is Brahman. So the kshetrajna, that consciousness in every body, which is aware of the body as distinct from the body, is to be known as Bhagavan or Brahman itself, Nirguna Brahman itself. Kshetrajnam chapi mam vidhi sarvakshetreshu bharata. In every body, the kshetrajna that is obtaining has to be known to be non-different from Brahman. Kshetra kshetrajnayor jnanam yate tad jnanam matam mama. So the knowledge about the kshetram and the kshetrajna in the absolute terms is that knowledge which is the liberating knowledge, and that is the knowledge that has been approved by me. So I approve of that knowledge, which is the liberating knowledge about this kshetrajna and kshetram. And the nature of kshetram and the kshetrajna for the knowing purpose is going to be stated in the sequel. Then, yes, there is a very lengthy discussion on how come the knower or the one who is aware of the kshetram is equated to Brahman. What are the consequences of that? All those things are going to be discussed in this lengthy discussion for this shloka, which will go on for several classes. Kshetrajnam yatokta lakshanam chapi mam parameshwaram asamsarinam vidhi janihi. Kshetrajnam yatokta lakshanam, that is, the kshetrajna that has been stated to be the one who is aware of the kshetram, yatokta lakshanam, cha api mam parameshwaram asamsarinam vidhi janihi. So the kshetrajna is to be known as Parameshwara, that is Brahman, Nirguna Brahman, which is asamsari, that is the one who is free from samsara for all times, vidhi janihi. The idea is conveyed here that even though we all know that this body is being yes, an object to me, but still the idea that I am asamsari is not there. So that idea is being introduced here. The one who is aware of the body, mind complex, is in truth not samsari at all, and the one who is identifying himself with the body mind complex alone is the samsari. So here, by saying that the one who is aware of the body mind complex, what is stated is the one who is distinct from the body mind complex and not connected with the body mind complex in any way. That is the one which is to be known as the kshetragnam, and that is what is Parabrahman is, and that is one which is free from samsara. So the teaching here is that any person who knows himself to be Brahman, and that Brahman which is pure consciousness, which is obtaining inside this body, is asamsari. She will realize himself to be at all 3 periods of time. So here the word Parameshwara, this has to be noted especially in the Bhashya, that is in the Prastantra Bhashya, Bhagavad Pada refers to Nirguna Brahman as Parameshwara. The moment we hear this word Parameshwara, what comes to our mind is Parvati Parameshwara and all that, but then that is not the case. We have to be aware of this also. Ishvara or Parameshwara is a very common term used by Bhagavad Pada to indicate Nirguna Brahman. In the Brahma Sutra Bhashya also he has done this. Then Sarva Kshetreshu, that is, he is now giving the word meaning of all the words in this shloka. Sarva Kshetreshu yaha kshetrajnaha brahmadi stamba paryanta aneka kshetrodpadi pravibhaktaha tam nirasta sarvopadi vedam sadasadadi shabda pratyaya agocharam vidhi iti aviprayaha. Sarva Kshetreshu yaha kshetrajnaha, the knower of the body, obtaining in all bodies, Brahmadi Stamba Paryanta Aneka Kshetra Pravibhakta Upadi Pravibhaktaha. So this Kshetrajna is the one entity alone who is available in every body in the creation, and the bodies in the creation are encapsulated in this expression Brahmadi Stamba Paryanta. Brahma is the supreme embodied entity in creation, that is Chaturmukha Brahma. From there onwards, down from Brahma is the lowest jiva, Stamba. Stamba is a kind of atomic, microscopic entity. So Brahmadi Stamba Paryanta Aneka Kshetra Upadi Pravibhaktaha. So Kshetra is the body, Brahma is a body, and all jivas have bodies, different bodies. That's what is meant by Aneka Kshetra Upadi Pravibhaktaha. So these bodies are the upadis which are responsible for anybody getting an idea that there are many knowers in many bodies. So each body has got a knower. So there are many bodies, therefore there are many knowers. So that question is being addressed here. It is not actually many knowers are there. It's only one knower who is as though differentiated in the by the variety in the bodies. So the variety in the bodies does not mean that there is variety in the knower. Knower is one only, but the bodies, variety in the bodies make the one knower appear to be many in number. So Brahmadi Stamba Paryanta Aneka Kshetra Upadi Pravibhaktaha. Pravibhaktaha is what is meant by what it means is as though divided into many. So there is only one entity, that is Brahman, and that Brahman alone is appearing to be many knowers in many bodies. That is the idea, because of the body upadis. Just like we can say the space appears to be different owing to the different enclosures. The upadis are the enclosures, but space is only one. But then we do think that the part in the space in the pot is distinct, the part in the space in the stadium is different, and so on. So actually there is only one space, but then the upadis are the one which make the space appear different. Tam nirasta sarvopadi vedam Sadasadadi Shabda Pratyaya Agocharam Vidhi iti Abhiprayah. So that Kshetrajna, one Lakshanam has been given, that is, he is one only, but then it appears to be many because of the body upadis, and then then bereft of the body upadis, nirasta sarvopadi vedam, Sadasadadi Shabda Pratyaya Agocharam Vidhi iti Abhiprayah. So we have to know that Kshetrajna to be only one, who is free from all the body upadis and the manifoldness which is going along with the upadis. So this manifoldness is not there really. Nirasta sarvopadi vedam, sadasadadi shabda pratyaya agocharam. So there is one more thing which is also going to be stated in a shloka itself in the sequel. Sat asat sadasadadi shabda pratyaya agocharam. Sat is one word which means existent. Asat is another word which means non-existent. Adipadena, the other states of sadasat and all that, sadasadadi shabda pratyaya agocharam, the words and the meanings the words convey. So these words and meanings of the words do not help us in knowing the Brahman, because Brahman is beyond all states or all conditions in creation. So Sat, Asat, etc. These are all conditions in creation which give us some meaning. Like for example, when the pot is there, we say the pot exists. When the pot is destroyed, we say the pot no longer exists. So these are the things available in the creation. Whereas Brahman is beyond the creation, and so Brahman cannot be fitted into Sat or Asat, etc. Words and the meanings those words convey. So that is the idea here. So Kshetrajna has to be known as this, that is, which is free from all the body upadis, and therefore it is not distinct, it is only one only, and it is beyond the scope of words like existent, non-existent and all that. Hey Bharata, Yasmat Kshetra Kshetrajna Ishvara Yathartmya Vyatirekena Na Jnana Gocharam Anyate Avishishtam Asti. Tasmat Kshetra Kshetrajnayoho Jnaya Bhutayoho Yat Jnanam Kshetra Kshetrajnau Yena Jnanena Vishiykriyate Tat Jnanam Samyak Jnanam Iti Matam Abhiprayah Mama Ishwarasya Vishnoho. So now we have completed the meaning, word meaning of the shlokas, of all the words in the shloka. So here he says, here Bharata, he is addressing Arjuna, Yasmat Kshetra Kshetrajna Ishvara Yathatmya Vyatirekena. So that is, there are two things to be known. One is Kshetra and the other is Kshetrajna. And they have to be known in their absolute terms, not in the relative terms, but in their absolute terms. Kshetra, that's what is meant by Yathatmya. Yathatmya is as they are really. Kshetra as it is really, and Kshetrajna as that entity is really. So, yes, Kshetra Kshetrajna Ishwarasya. So, Kshetrajna Ishvara, that is, Kshetra is the body, and that's going to be expanded to cover the entire creation. There is an inner creation, and Kshetrajna is the consciousness principle which is aware of the body, and Ishvara is Brahman. So, the Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Ishvara, Yathatmya Vyatirekena. So, Kshetrajna, Ishvara is the identity between the Kshetrajna in every body and Brahman. Ishvara is Brahman. So, Kshetra is one, Kshetrajna, Ishvara is the other thing to be known. So, Kshetra, Kshetrajna, Ishvara, Yathatmya Vyatirekena. Apart from these two, Na Jnana Gocharam Anyat Avashishtam Asti. So when this is known, that is when Kshetra is known in its absolute term, and when Kshetrajna Ishvara is known in its absolute term, there is nothing more left in creation to be known. So that is the idea here. Na Jnana Gocharam Anyat Avashishtam Asti. So everything that can be known is encapsulated in these two, that is Kshetram and Kshetrajna. So apart from knowing Kshetra and Kshetrajna, there is nothing else to be known for moksha. Jnatva neha bhuyonyat jnatavyam avashishyate. In the 7th chapter also it is said, after knowing this, there is nothing else that remains to be known. And in the other Upanishads like Mundaka Upanishad, Shandogya and all that, Eka Vijnanena Sarva Vijnanam. When one is known, everything is deemed to be known. So that one is being taught there as the one to be known for moksha. So here, that one alone is being divided as though as the kshetram and kshetrajna. That is all the difference. But here also it is the one only to be known. So kshetra kshetrajnayoho, jnaya bhutayoho. So these are the two things to be known. So jnaya means that which is to be known. That is that which is the object of knowledge. That is what is called jnayam. And kshetram is one object of knowledge. And the kshetrajna is another object of knowledge. Here we should be careful to distinguish between what is meant by objective knowledge and what is meant by subject, that is not the object. So kshetram is the subject, that is, it is not the atman, it is the anatman, it is the inert prakriti or inert creation. Whereas kshetrajna is the subject that knows or that is aware of the kshetram or the prakriti. But then this is also called jnaya because in the shastram this also has to be stated to be something which is to be known, but not to be known as an object, but to be known as one's own true nature, that is the subject. So, but even then it is called jnaya because unless we know these two things, these are the two which are subject matter of the Vedanta. So in that sense alone, it is being stated as jnaya. But in the other two meaning of that is actually it is not jnaya, it is the jnatru, it is the principle that is aware of everything. So that is the idea here. Jnaya bhutayoho yat jnanam kshetra kshetrajnau yena jnanena vishayikriyate. So he is further explaining that in the shloka yat tat jnanam matam mama. Jnanam means that jnanam which has for its object or which has for its content this kshetra and kshetrajna. The true nature of kshetram and kshetrajna is the content of that knowledge, and that knowledge is what is stated to be the knowledge which is required for moksha. That is the idea. Yes, jnanam kshetra kshetrajno yena jnanena vishayikriyate. So, for example, when a person knows I am ghataha, this is what, that knowledge is the one which has for its object or content a pot. So the pot is known through a particular perception, and that perception is called jnanam here, and that jnanam has got the content or object which is the thing that is known there. So here kshetra and kshetrajna constitute the content of this knowledge. Jnanena vishayikriyate tat jnanam samyak jnanam iti matam abhiprayah Mama Ishwarasya Vishnoho. That jnanam alone is as samyak jnanam or the right knowledge. So any knowledge other than this knowledge is actually not right knowledge. What is meant by right knowledge is that is right knowledge which will result in moksha. All the other knowledge will enable the person or will keep the person in samsara only, whereas this knowledge alone will release the person from samsara. So that's been stated now in this first paragraph. The words in the shloka have been given a meaning, but in brief. So now starts the discussion. Nanu sarvakshetreshu ekayeva ishvaraha na anyaha tad vyatiriktaha bhokta vidyate chet tataha ishvarasya samsaritvam praptam. Ishvara vyatirekena va samsarinaha anyasya abhavat samsara bhava prasangaha. So now the question says, the shloka Bhagavan very clearly declares that the kshetrajna in every body, the conscious entity in every body, is non-different from Brahman. So when this has been stated, a question arises, sarvakshetreshu ekaiva ishvaraha. When one Ishvara alone is the one who is available in every body, sarvakshetreshu ekaiva ishvaraha, na anyaha tad vyatiriktaha, and there is none who is distinct from that Ishvara also. Bhokta vidyate, the samsari. Actually, the samsari, the conscious entity, who is samsari. If there is no samsari other than Ishvara in every body, and Ishvara is the only conscious entity in every body, so then what happens is, the conclusion is, or the consequence is, that samsari in every body is actually Brahman alone, Ishvara. So, Bhokta Vidyate Chete, Tataha Ishwarasya Samsaritvam Praptam. Then Ishvara will have to be deemed to be a samsari, the samsari in everybody. Ishvara Vitirekena va samsarinaha anyasya abhavate samsara abhava prasangaha. So, if there is no samsari apart from Ishvara, then samsara abhava prasangaha. So, what is meant here is Ishvara is known by everyone generally to be asamsari. If you say that Ishvara is the one who is obtaining in every body as the Kshetrajna, and Ishvara is known to be asamsari, so now there will be no samsara at all. So first consequence is that Ishvara is samsari, and if there is no samsari apart from Ishvara, then and that Ishvara also is known to be samsari, then there is no samsara also. So tacha ubhayam anishtam. That is the absence of a samsari and absence of samsara, or the Ishvara being declared or being taken to be a samsari, and there is no samsara also. These two are undesirable consequences. So what is the undesirability that is being explained here? Bandha moksha hetu shastra anustakya prasangat. Because when there is no samsara at all and there is no samsari at all, the shastram, that is the scripture, that is whose purpose is to release or redeem a person from samsara, bandha moksha hetu shastra anustakya prasangat. Bandha and moksha, these two are the things which are dealt with in the shastra. The shastra is there to teach us what is bandha and what is moksha, and what is the means to moksha, and what is the means to avoid bandha. So all these things are taught in the shastra. When there is no samsari at all, and when there is no samsara at all, this shastram, which has for its subject matter the conveying of the knowledge of bandha and moksha, that will become useless. It will become redundant, or it will be superfluous. So shastra anustakya prasangat. And then pratyakshadi pramana virodhacha. Then also pratyakshadi pramana virodham also is there. Because in pratyaksha we see that there is a samsari and he is undergoing samsara. And in pratyaksha we also know that that samsari is not Ishvara. So these are the consequences of accepting Ishvara is non-different, that Kshetrajna is non-different from Ishvara, that is Brahman, and Brahman is a samsari. So there is no samsara, there is no samsari, as a result of which there is no, the Bandha Moksha Shastram is also of no use at all, it doesn't serve any purpose at all. Then it is this situation is also opposed to, contradicted by what we experience really through pratyaksha. Pratyakshadi pramana virodhacha. And that pratyakshadi pramana virodha is being explained by Bhagavad what it means here. Pratyakshena tavate sukha dukkha tadhetu lakshanaha samsaraha upalabhyate. So everybody is able to know very clearly that sukha dukkha tadhetu lakshanaha samsaraha upalabhyate. That is, everybody is experiencing this samsara, which constitutes sukha and dukkha. People experience joy, they experience sorrow also, and this is what is called samsara. Everybody knows that very clearly. They don't have to take any teaching or any course for that. It is very, very clearly available in their own experience. Then Jagad Vaichitre Upalabdhyascha Dharma Nimittaha Samsaraha Anmiyate. Then the Jagad Vaichitre Upalabdhyascha. In the world also we very clearly experience distinctions. That is the distinctness. That is variety. Taratamim is there. There is high and low. That kind of situation is there. There is a difference in the way the people are situated. There is happiness in some people. There is joy in some. There is sorrow in some people, and all people are not placed equally. So these kind of differences we see. And we see animals, we see plants, all these things are taken to be jivas only. We see humans and all that. And in the Shastram, from the Shastram, we come to know that there are devatas, there are asuras and all that. So there is so much of variety in this creation. Jagad Vaichitre Upalabhyascha Dharma Nimittaha Samsaraha Anmiyate. And what is known, what is the reason, what causes this kind of distinction or variety? It is only dharma and adharma. That is, with dharma, a person undergoes joy, and a person gets very good bodies, elevated, exalted bodies. With adharma, a person gets very lowly bodies, and he has to suffer a lot. So this kind of consequence of dharma and dharma will have to be can be inferred also. Even though dharma and dharma cannot be seen by us, the effects of dharma and dharma are seen, and so thereby we infer that there is samsara which is caused by dharma and dharma. So from pratyaksha we come to know that there is variety, and from anumana also we come to know that there is a cause behind this kind of variety in samsara. सर्वमेतत् अनुपन्नम् आत्मैकत्व आत्मैक ईश्वरैकत्वे आत्मेश्वर एकत्वे. So all this, that is pratyaksha pramana, anumana pramana, everything will be anupannam. This will be illogical or can't be explained at all. If we were to accept that there is only one Atma, and that Atma is Ishvara, that there's only one Kshetrajna, and that Kshetrajna is Brahman. So these are the consequences of accepting the teaching of Bhagavan, that the Kshetrajna in every body is actually one Brahman alone. Then the reply to that objection is being stated. That is, it commences now in a very long paragraph. We will end this session. Then for this kind of an objection, the reply is the first response by the Vedantin is that na, it's not so. Jnana jnanayoho anyatvena upattehe. So this is called called Shankara Bhashya-Vid, that is Shankara Vakyam. They were prior to giving a very detailed reply, the Siddhantin will give a very concise reply, and that concise reply will be expanded in the sequence. So jnana ajnanayoho anyatvena upattehe. So jnana is one and ajnana is another. So these two are distinct, and because these two distinctions are there, we can definitely answer logically all the questions that you have raised in the foregoing. So that is a kind of pratigna or a declaration by the Siddhanta, and he substantiates what he has said in a very concise manner by giving lot of Shruti passages, Smriti passages and all that, and gives logic and all that. So we will keep that for the next session. We will end the session here now. शारीरमीमांसा देवस्तु परमेश्वरः आचार्या शंकराचार्या सन्तु मे जन्म जन्मनि विद्याविनय संपन्नं वीतरागं विवेकिनं वन्दे वेदांत तत्त्वज्ञं विदुषेखर भारती. ओम तत्सत्.